Today, as always, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to bring you up to date with how everything is going here on the Celebrity Silhouette. And Royal Caribbean is really setting the bar when it comes to enjoying the ship and traveling, because the ship is your destination. Lots to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Monday. It is October 14th of 2024. Like I said, we're still here aboard the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette, and it is a beautiful sea day here. The sun is out with some high clouds. It's a little bit windy, but the sea is beautiful. Lots of ships out there to look at, having a wonderful time. Not all cruise ships, a lot of cargo ships. We've seen a couple of yachts go by. It's absolutely beautiful. So first of all, though, before I tell you about our cruise and how everything's going, I want to talk to you about what Royal Caribbean is doing. So Royal Caribbean has just announced that they are introducing a whole new destination. It's going to be called Perfect Day Mexico, and it is going to be in the port that is currently Costa Maya. It is supposed to come online in September of 2027. And so they're going to use the existing pier that is already there, but close enough to it to be able to use it. They are going to be building a water park, a private beach club, private infinity pool, as well as all the bars, restaurants, and shopping that's been available when you think about Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So I would say, probably based on all of the information that I've read about it, if you think of Perfect Day at Coco Cay, that whole private island, that is what they're going to introduce over in Mexico, like I said, in the port of Costa Maya. How many people are going to be able to use that port, that private area the same day? 21,000 cruise passengers. So think of like 3 ships that are the size of Icon of the Seas, and you've got it. When you think of Utopia of the Seas, she's very large, a little bit smaller than Icon of the Seas, but not a small ship by any estimation. And so this is the destination. And when we think of having the cruise ship as the destination, I think Royal Caribbean is really setting the bar for it. I'm really excited to see this. So when you have been, if you have been to Costa Maya before, there's a long pier, and then when you get off there, there's an area that is really set up just for the cruise passengers. You've got a lot of shopping, you've got a lot of bars, restaurants, places to eat there, as well as some pools, and like there's some miniature golf, just a lot right in that area. And the pool that they've got there, swim up, it's a big pool, swim up bar, people love to go there and relax, but it is really, really busy. The very first time that Gordon and I went there was in January of 2021. It happened to be when Omicron was going on. It's the sailing that we thoroughly enjoyed. We were on the Caribbean Princess, 25% capacity, and so it's kind of like we had the ship to ourselves. People were literally, and so many people told me this, they'd get on board, they'd see how lovely it was. They had a flexible schedule, so affordable during that time period, so they would just go to the future cruise and booked to stay on the next week. We talked to a nice couple that had done that like 3 times, and they were just enjoying it so much. So of course, when we got off the ship there at Costa Maya, we had an excursion to a private beach club, not with any cruise line, just a beach club there. And we had to walk by that area. The shops were open, some of them, but that whole pool area was open, but nobody was swimming there. It was completely deserted. And I think it's just because there were not enough passengers who were really using it. But then the next time that we went there, just a year ago, it was packed. So many people. So when you think of so 2 things I think are going to be great about this. First of all, with Royal Caribbean introducing their own private area there, that is going to help a little bit with congestion when you think of how many people will be in the area that is already developed there. They're going to take them over. And the other thing I love about Royal Caribbean doing this is Royal Caribbean does a really good job with experience. They look at everything that we hear about Icon of the Seas and their other ships that they do. People love to go. They absolutely love to go. They go see the ports, they go to the private island. Royal Caribbean makes sure that experience on the private island is extraordinary. They'll do an excellent job with this. The other thing that I think is it will really help decongest some of the other areas. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to come into port. They'll still want to do some excursions, but they're also probably going to want to go over to the perfect day there, Mexico. So when this gets up, we're going to have to go give it a try. We've tried the perfect day at Coco Cay. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would thoroughly enjoy it. One question I've got is, not that long ago, just over a year ago, celebrities started going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay with some of their ships. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if they hop on that bandwagon and go to Perfect Day Mexico sometime. So we'll keep an eye out for that news. The other thing that goes along with this is what Royal Caribbean is doing as far as cruising. We might remember that quite some time ago they announced that they were at some point going to build a couple of smaller ships to replace some of the aging ones in their fleet. Royal Caribbean still does run some destinations, some cruises in the world where people would tend to book for the destination. They look at that itinerary and that's where they want to go, and they often want, if they want to go on Royal Caribbean, off they go. Or if Royal Caribbean is going to some ports that no one else is going to, that's another draw. But with these larger ships, people are not booking Icon of the Seas because she goes to Nassau or because she goes to Costa Maya or because of anything. They are booking because they want to experience the ship. And then you throw in there the perfect day at Coco Cay, and what else could you want? And I see the value in that an awful lot, because sometimes you want to go on a cruise and just relax. You're not going because of where you're going. You want to enjoy the ship. You want to get some relaxation and have lots of options. Royal Caribbean is hitting it out of the park with the dining options that are included. Of course, they've got specialty ones, but they've got an awful lot of variety of dining experiences that are included. So if you're looking for an experience like that, you might want to try it. Gordon and I need to try this sooner than later. We could always use a little bit of relaxation, but I want to experience what Royal Caribbean is putting out there, because I don't want any of us to miss anything that would be really nice to be trying and that we should be putting in what we're trying with cruising. So just thought I'd tell you that too. Alrighty, let me bring you up to date here on the Celebrity Silhouette. So yesterday we didn't do a video. We were in Santorini the whole day, our excursion. We were getting off the ship around 7:30. We had to be in the theater at 7:30 and we were not there long at all. Hopped on the water tender. The water shuttles in Santorini are operated by the local boaters, and so I love that. It was really fun and took us right in. Now, if you have not been to Santorini for a while, it's been 2 years since I've been there. They have a new port that they have put into place for guests who are coming, taking the tenders over to get on an excursion. And I think it's great. Before, when you think of the little, port there for Santorini, where you either would go up the mountain on the walkway or use the cable cars, it was closer to that, is actually where the port was. But it was really, really small. It was a tiny parking lot, so a few buses would be able to fit down there to pick up guests who are coming for excursions. But then along the very narrow road coming down, there would be a lot of buses parked to the side in order just to be able to get anywhere near. And so sometimes we had been there and been able to hop right on a bus at the bottom. Sometimes we had had to walk quite a ways up the really steep road in order to get on the bus that was ours for the excursion. So now they have a huge parking lot, very well situated. They take you right over, and that's where you get on the buses, and away you go. And it's big enough that all of the buses are right there on the flat ground, really easy to access. So I think this is great. And you know what, clearly, we're going to have to talk about this in depth, because we hear of different ports that don't want quite as many cruise passengers coming, and indeed they are taking steps to make it so that not quite as many will be coming. There's still going to be a lot, so don't be worrying about that either way. But I think that they have really made a commitment that that's what they want for their island, to be able to handle lots of cruise guests. So they're doing a really good job of making it really user-friendly. And I think it's not just handy for the cruise guests, but it is also handier for the bus drivers and the tour guides who are trying to manage all the guests. So that's a note. So anyway, we went there, we got on our bus, and we had booked an excursion that was taking us to Akrotiri, and then over to Ia, and then back to Thera. So Akrotiri is an archaeological site. It is actually completely enclosed in a building, and they still excavate there sometimes, but it is part of the Minoan civilization that was destroyed during that huge eruption that changed the whole area there. Last night in our live, don't miss our live from last night, it was so beautiful. We show you sunset, we show you the city. It was really beautiful. So anyway, when that explosion happened, that's when the Minoan civilization vanished. Think Crete, think Knossos Palace. It also existed here on Santorini, also called Thera was the name of the island that they also called it. And so this is the excavation of that area. It's really interesting, really nice to see. And as we went there, our guide did a really good job of taking everyone through it, explaining everything. And it happened in the 16th century BC. Last night in my life, I think I said the 6th century BC. 16th century BC is when that cataclysmic eruption was. Alrighty. So we went there. That was really cool to see. It's beautifully situated. I think everything in Greece is beautifully situated, but it was really very interesting to see. Then we got back on the bus. We had an excellent tour guide. I've been really pleased with the guides that we have had on this trip so far. Did a really good job of telling us everything about what's going on in Santorini right now. We learned an awful lot about that, as well as what happened in the past, the history, and how everything works there. So he spoke with us the whole way over to the island of, to the city of Ia. And Ia, when you think about it, that is the place where you go with the white buildings, with the blue domes, and the amazing vistas that you can get, the photos that people like to get, showing the ocean, you know, right there behind them, because it's right on the cliff there. And so we went there, and basically what there is to do there, they have also enlarged the parking lot for the tour buses there. It used to be a little bit closer up the hill, but now it's a little bit further down and much larger. So that's also something that they have done to make things run a little bit more smoothly there. So let me tell you, if you take an excursion that takes you over to Ia, make sure that you're doing okay to walk up a steep hill. And in fact, Gordon stopped a couple of times, caught his breath. Just know that you're going to need to do that. But if you have a hard time with mobility, I would recommend that you get up to Thera, and they have taxis that will take you over to Ia, and they're going to drop you up a little bit closer to the top. I saw some getting so you have the parking lot, you walk up a bunch, and then there's the main road, and you still have to walk up some to get up to the city there. Be very much aware of that before you're going to see anything, but at least it takes a little bit out of it. But once you get to that main road, then you still have to walk up kind of a narrow walkway where there's basically just room for people to come down and up side by side there. And it's kind of steep going up as well to get up to where the church is, and then to be able to use the walkways to go down and get those photos. So be aware of that. But also be aware that you can get beautiful photos over in Thera. So if it's going to be hard for you to navigate doing that, don't worry about it. Just get off the ship and get on the cable car, go to the top, and just enjoy that. And if you want to, you also can get, there's a lot of tours offered on Viator that they will meet you at the top of the cable car and take you where you want to go. And so look for that as well. Yesterday we were in port. Like I said, we were getting off the ship around 7:30 on the water shuttles, and we were there until 10 p.m. So it really gives you a lot of time to be able to go do something on your own and make it back without any problems. So we did thoroughly enjoy being in Ia. We got our picture with the beautiful caldera behind us. We enjoyed seeing the church. When we have been there in the past, the church has been open. Yesterday the church was not open, but it's still beautiful to look at. And then you can just walk down the walkways. They're small. You just walk down and look in some shops if you want to. There's eating places. We had about an hour and 15 minutes is how long we had there in Ia. And so we just enjoyed walking along, seeing the views. Then on the way back, we got some gelato and just took our time going back to the bus. It was absolutely beautiful. So here's a tip for you. They have gelato in a lot of places with the rose flavor. So here in Greece, they actually make candy and they make other things with roses. And the gentleman was telling me it's a certain rose that they use. And so at the gelato place there, I tried one that was called Lukumi, which is like a kind of the candy they do with rose and it was absolutely delicious. It was really good. It wasn't like eating a flower, but it had a little bit of what you would think a rose maybe tastes like to it. So it's worth a try, and they'll give you a taste first so that you can try it before you commit to a whole scoop of it. But that's kind of a local thing. They have other really good local things. They have like fig gelato was really good. I've seen that in Italy before though, but I've never seen the rose anywhere else. So that is something really unique to Greece. I'll let you know if they have it in Istanbul. But as far as I know, it's more of a Greek thing, but I'll let you know. But there's a tip of something fun to try. So once we got back on the bus, it's not a very far drive. When you look at the map, maybe it's 15 minutes over to Thera from, and so you get off there, you'll walk up the hill again, and then you can spend as much time as you want to spend there in Thera. So a few things you can eat. So of course, the places that you're going to eat right along the edge of the caldera with the extraordinary views, those cost more than eating at the places that are in further than that. And so when we got off, we had eaten at a place that does gyros before. They do a lot of other things as well. So if you'd rather have a plate like with a souvlaki or lots of other things, you can have that as well. But we each got a chicken gyro. And so Gordon will put the name of that place down below. It's really handy to stop at on your way up the hill. There's a couple of places we've tried there. So he'll put, one is called Lucky's and the other one's called, what's that? It starts with an O. But anyway, we'll put the name there, and thoroughly enjoyed that. We spent some time just walking around, looking in shops, enjoying the view, walked over and saw, there's a couple of beautiful churches to see on either end there. So we did that, enjoyed that. But one thing that was really useful is when we've been here before, the archaeology museum has been closed, and today it was open the day that we were there yesterday. And it was only open till 3:30 in the afternoon. So we got something to eat and went back there, and they have a bunch. They've got two mosaics, and then some of the artifacts that they have recovered from the excursion there in Akrotiri. More information about it. So it was really worthwhile. It was €6 a person to get in, and it's a nice place to go. The bathroom is clean. That's really important to know. It's hard to find bathrooms, and so we just went and enjoyed the museum. It's not huge, so you don't have to think that you're going to be buttonholed for hours. We just went in and enjoyed looking at all the exhibits, and then we went on our way. So it's really worthwhile. I always like to see things about places. It's just really worthwhile to learn. And so then we, like I said, we went walking around, and we were trying to decide if we were going to stay and watch the sunset there, because I've thought of that a lot of times, and since we were in port late, or if we were going to go back to the ship. And as the afternoon progressed, we found a place to sit. There's lots of restaurants along the edge there, and as you go over to the cable car, there's a lot along the edge there as well. And I just got too hot, to be quite frank. It was a really, really warm day. It was absolutely beautiful, very humid as it is here. And so we enjoyed, sat down, I had a Greek salad, enjoyed looking just the beautiful views, and decided to come back. And so in no way was the sunset any less beautiful watching it from the ship. It was absolutely, and I would submit, maybe I'm really glad we did that, because we could see the sun setting to the west, and then on the other ship, don't miss my life from last night, just don't. You could see Thera as it was all lit up, and all along the caldera there on that side where the city is, all the lights coming on, and it was just spectacularly beautiful. So I was really pleased with how everything turned out. Had a splendid day in Santorini. If you've got other questions about Santorini, you can pop them in the comments. If you end up wanting a lot of help with the Mediterranean cruise and knowing what to see and how to do it, you're welcome to book your cruise through me, and I'm happy to help you. But yesterday, in no way was I disappointed with the day. It was absolutely wonderful. I can't remember, it's either the 4th or the 5th time that I've been there before, and some of our most favorite Let's Go family members asked me if, you're all my favorites, I should say that. They asked me, if it gets, any less special coming again, and I would say it doesn't. The very first time you come, it's just a sight to behold. But yesterday, as we were coming in First it was dark, so I took some video then, and then the sun started to come up a little bit, and I took video of them because I was just so excited to be there. And then when we were finally on the tender and going in, it was so exciting to be here, because even though you have a lot of people, there's a lot more people yesterday. We had 3 ships in port, and then another one left, and then another one came later, and it was still there when we left at 10, so maybe they were in port until 11, I don't know. But there were a lot more people than the very first time I came, but you know what, it doesn't make it less special. What is special about it doesn't change. The people are still magnificent, the scenery is beautiful, the places to see are just extraordinarily beautiful. It is still such a special place. So I just wanted to let you know that if you've never been, I think it's worthy of being on your bucket list to come to Greece, and thoroughly love Santorini, love Mykonos. Yeah, there's a lot to think about when you're thinking about where you're going to go and where you're going to spend your money. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, today's the day. Will you please hit that subscribe button? And if you appreciate my videos, will you please give this video a thumbs up? We really appreciate your support, so thank you. I also wanted to let you know that my room tour video is going to go up tomorrow. We're not sure of our time. Our excursion in Istanbul starts really early, and if we get back in time to have time to do a video before we head off on our evening dinner cruise on the Bosphorus, I will do another video. Otherwise, it will just be the room tour. So look forward to seeing you all then. So just to bring you up to date how everything is going here on the Celebrity Silhouette, I want to say we're having a fantastic time. As I've been looking at everything, I've thought, oh, how does this compare to Princess? And I have realized that's the wrong way to be looking at this, because they're 2 different cruise lines and they're both extraordinary. Both extraordinary. There are some differences, there are a lot of similarities, but it doesn't make one better than the other one. They're just different. And so I wanted to put that out there. We're having a wonderful time. As far as the Wi-Fi is excellent. If you if you watch our live from last night, don't give up a few minutes in. The phone service started to fail. In Greece, they don't have a lot of 5G. I don't know if they have any 5G in the places that we have been so far. But there in the caldera off the coast of Santorini, we lost the phone service. So we tried the Wi-Fi and it worked. It was fast enough in order to be able to do a live. That's a first for us since we have started doing live sailaways, and so we were very excited. We have upgraded from the basic Wi-Fi to the premium Wi-Fi. We did that the very first night. I realized that's what it was going to take. So for the basic Wi-Fi, you're going to be able to check your email and text people. That would work. So if that's all you want to do, you don't need to upgrade. But if you want to be able to make like a Wi-Fi phone call, or if you want to be able to download large files, stream video, do all of that kind of things, I think you're going to need the premium Wi-Fi. If anybody wants to jump in and tell me if you can stream YouTube with the basic Wi-Fi, please do. But in order to upload a video, we needed the premium Wi-Fi. And like I said, in order to make a phone call using Wi-Fi, it had to be the premium. I tried, it wouldn't do it with the basic. But the Wi-Fi is excellent. We've got one of the little hotspots right over the TV. And so Wi-Fi is really good on Celebrity. So if you're looking at going on a cruise and you know you've got to work while you want to go and you want to go on Celebrity, it's a good choice because the Wi-Fi is amazing. When we were on the Enchanted Princess, just a point of comparison, when we were on the Enchanted Princess at the end of, we went August 31st on a Love Boat cruise, the Wi-Fi was not fast enough with their new Max Wi-Fi to carry a live. I tried that, didn't work. And so maybe it's going to get up because the Max Wi-Fi was just starting right about then. So maybe it'll work. We'll give it a try. But Celebrity, excellent Wi-Fi. So high marks for that. I'm going to let you know about the laundry tomorrow and some other things. But excellent. And I want to add excellent service in the dining room. They have three people wait on a table of 6 or a table of 8. And really excellent service. So we're just really enjoying. Tonight is evening chic. Like I said, it's a sea day, so this evening is evening chic, which is the dressiest that Celebrity gets. You might ask, what is evening chic? It's what you would wear when you go out to dinner at a nice restaurant. That's what I've been told. And so it'll be fun to see. I'll share with you and let you know what everybody's wearing this evening. But wanted just to bring you up to date. We're having an absolutely wonderful time. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you.